Imagine a war so long it outlived empires, revolutions, and the invention of the telephone. Now imagine that same war with zero casualties, no battles, and one side forgetting they were even at war. This is the absurd true story of the 335-year war, the conflict that technically spanned over 3 centuries between the Netherlands and a tiny island chain off the coast of England, the Isles of Scilly. Yep, you heard that right. 335 years. Not a single shot fired. Today, we're diving deep into this surreal slice of history, how it started, why it lasted so long, and how it finally ended. In a pub. Grab a drink and let's roll. The year is 1651. Europe is a boiling pot of conflict. England is in the midst of a brutal civil war between royalists and parliamentarians. Meanwhile, the Dutch Republic is a maritime powerhouse, controlling global trade and regularly clashing with England on the seas. The Isles of Scilly, remote, beautiful, and strategically pointless, were under royalist control. The Dutch, allies of the parliamentarians, weren't exactly thrilled with royalist privateers attacking their ships from these islands. In response to royalist piracy, Admiral Tromp sails to the Isles of Scilly in 1651. He's frustrated, and he does what any rational 17th-century admiral might do. He declares war. On Scilly. Just Scilly. Not England, not Cornwall, just this one remote group of islands. Thing is, no one really wrote it down properly. There were no formalities, no international headlines. It was more of a, hey, you mess with our ships, we're technically at war now kind of situation. And then, nothing. Literally nothing. The Dutch left, the royalists surrendered a few months later, and the Isles of Scilly kind of forgot about the whole thing. So did the Dutch. And for 335 years, that war just lingered. It wasn't even a Cold War. It was more like a war that hit pause, and nobody ever hit play again. Fast forward to 1985. A local historian named Roy Duncan from the Isles of Scilly starts digging through old records and discovers that, the Dutch never officially declared peace. They were still at war. Technically, Magene calling up a government and saying, hey, quick question, are you still at war with us? That's what Roy did. In April 1986, the Dutch ambassador to the UK, Rein Hoydekoper, visited the Isles of Scilly to finally sign a peace treaty. It was a small, quirky ceremony held in a local building that kind of looked like a pub. After 335 years of hostility, peace was officially declared. Everyone laughed. Someone probably made a toast. And just like that, the longest war with no action came to an end. So, what can we take away from this? First, always double-check your wars. Second, history isn't just about empires rising and falling or epic battles. Sometimes it's about a completely accidental 335-year diplomatic whoopsie. This story also reminds us how weird, human, and often hilarious history can be. It's a perfect storm of oversight, politics, and geography, and it makes for a pretty great pub story. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this bizarre bit of history, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What's the weirdest historical fact you've ever heard?